Hey guys, it's Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is new comic book day for the week of February 14th. Don't worry if you're single. Comics are made of paper that's a good insulation. They'll keep you warm. Pretend like it's a hug.
Hey everybody, Tim from Capes and Scowls on the comic book store. Go Birds. It's a joke. I'm going to tell you about the trades. Here come the trades. You ready? Here's the trades. We get Jimmy's Bastards, Volume 1. You may remember I reviewed Issue 1. I did 1, right? And it was pretty cool. It's Garth Ennis. It's a silly James Bond style book. We've got Lumberjanes, Volume 8. If you don't know what this is, and you're going to pick up Volume 8, there is something wrong with you. DC meets Looney Tunes. This is a bunch of one-shots. This includes the incredible Tom King story of Batman Elmer Fudd. That's why it's on the cover. It's sold out immediately. I know that doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, but trust me, it's great. Quantum... What?
You reviewed that one too.
I did. You can go back and watch it. Quantum Teens Are Go! I don't have a clue what this is, but I tell you, I like the title. We've got Titans, Volume 3. Paul's been reading Titans. You should be fairly up to date on Titans. And finally, we've got The Golden Age of Batman, Volume 4. This is the good stuff. We got Batman 12 through 15, Detective 66 through 74, and World's Finest Comics 7 through 9. My goodness. Good old books. I love it. It's great.
First up, Avengers issue number 680. We're still dealing with the aftermath of one of the Avengers leaving or dying. Leaving is just such a
big leave.
Oh, he just left.
The big leave.
This is a rogue heavy episode, I always say episode. This is a rogue heavy issue. She is not handling the loss of a teammate nearly as well, and things go kind of bad, but kind of good. It's been a really well-written series. The art has been fantastic. I'm really excited to see where this goes, and you should be too.
Alright guys, my first book is Sideways from DC Comics. You may have noticed Damage was kind of like the Hulk, and what was the one I liked? Silencer. It was sort of Punisher-y. Well, this is sort of Spider-Man-y. Young kid in high school gets a cosplayer to make him a costume. A lot of good, quirky humor here. It's got Kenneth Rocafort art, and I love that, so that's the only reason I actually picked it up, being honest. And I enjoy it a lot. It's a kid who can rift through time and space. He creates portals, and he goes through them, and it appears there are consequences for that. Not unlike Nightcrawler. You would think this is more of a Nightcrawler character, but he feels so Spider-Man-y. It ties in with Dark Knight's Metal, like a lot of these new characters do. They reference things that happened in Metal 1, but you don't have to be reading Dark Knight's Metal. I'm not. I understood this. It's an interesting concept. We'll see where it goes. I don't know. I'm like half in. Maybe I'll get all in, but right now I'm like half in. I liked Silencer the best out of all of these new books so far.
Next up, we have Dark Knight's Rising Wild Hunt, and it doesn't matter. That's why I care about the book. I was big on this Dark Knight series. I loved Metal. I've loved every part of it, other than the term Batmantium.
Metal! I remember this time.
This book was so good until literally the last 3 or 4 pages, and they're going to make the most obscure character the savior who Tim loves. So if you've been paying attention at all over the last couple months, then you kind of have an idea who this is, and then you'll be shaking your head too, like, why the hell are they putting such an important series on the backs of one of the, in my opinion, one of the dumbest characters in the DC universe. And not only one of the dumbest characters, but multiples of the same dumbest character on the planet. I don't know. I really don't know what, I was so happy at the end, and it's just I almost don't want to finish the series. It's that bad to me. The twist at the end is almost that bad that I don't want to finish. You might want to. I don't know. I don't know if I want to finish Metal. I only got 1 issue left. I've come this far, but this is the ending of this is enough to make me not want to finish it. You might like it.
Alright, and because today is Valentine's Day, I picked Death of Love from Image Comics, #1. This book was pretty funny. It's kind of weird. Your main character is unlike any other main character. He's kind of designed for you to hate him. He is a jerk looking for love, but he's doing everything for the wrong reasons. He's being nice to the woman he likes just because he wants to get in her pants. He's not actually a good guy. His roommate kind of is like the voice of reason, and he goes on a wild adventure to try to learn how to get the woman of his dreams. Insanity happens, and by the end, he is seeing little Cupid people and trying to murder them. It's weird. It's kind of dumb, but like in the good way. So, I don't know, man. I never thought I would need a book like this, but it's pretty sweet. So, check it out.
And my pick of the week, Invincible 144. What?
Whoa!
No, see, I kept on going that time. For those who read Invincible, it was just my kind of play about a run-on joke. That's because in my opinion, one of the most well-written comics of the last 10 years. They rely, there's certain little things that make everybody smile about the book, and one of them is a run-on joke, and that's kind of why, if you haven't noticed, like the last 6 months or so, that's kind of what I was doing. This is the end of the series, and it's tough because you never feel ready for the end of a series, but this was a good book. It's a double-sized issue, also double the price, so don't let the stickers shock you. But I don't want to give away anything to it. Personally, I believe it was a satisfying ending on my end. What I thought I liked all the callbacks and things that any Invincible fan will appreciate. If you are a fan of the series, I think you're going to love how this ends. If you're not, you need to pick up this book. Not this book because it's going to completely spoil everything that has come before it, but you do need to pick up the series. There are so many trades and omnibuses of this series. It's easy to get into. I only picked it up a couple years ago and burned through all of the trades inside of like 6 months to catch me up to the issues. This has been, in my opinion, one of the best series that has been written in the last 10 to 20 years. Just go back and watch some of the stuff that I've said about Invincible in the past. It all stands true to this. I appreciate the fact that they brought in Otley and Corey at the end. So the book began and finished with Corey. So it was a kind of fitting send-off even for the artists. And I think you'll like this one.
All right, people, pick of the week time. And I was pleasantly surprised because I knew a lot of the things coming out. I wasn't sure if this was going to be my pick of the week. Well, Invincible would have been, but Paul took that. So, Kick-Ass #1. Who knew? I gotta be honest, I read Kick-Ass 1 and 2. I kind of glazed over 3. I didn't read a lot of the Hit Girl in between stuff. I didn't know that universe had more room to grow. This one does. The woman who becomes Kick-Ass in this is great. She has a very good backstory that they cover in this issue, and her reasons for becoming Kick-Ass are kind of interesting. It's not at all what I expected, and the difference between her and Dave was the original Kick-Ass. She has a lot of training. She is not just some girl Friday. Is that the expression? Anyways, she's pretty awesome. She actually does kick ass. This book was really good. I worry about a monthly schedule, but hopefully, Millar, I'm talking to you. You got this. You can do this, Millar. Hey, Millar, hey. It was good. Read it. So Paul wants me to do the little thing at the end, and I gotta be honest, I've had way too much coffee, and I'm a little antsy, and my heart's racing, so I don't really want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. And there's a thing here, and a thing here, and a thing here. Who gives a shit?